Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. Some information. First of all, my son has returned from the border of Russia. This was his third tour. He was there to counter the Russian aggression in the area. Also was prepared for nuclear war. I don't know what's wrong with our government. I don't know why we're antagonizing the bear. Yes, Russia has gone into Crimea. But we are definitely looking for trouble over there. And this is firsthand from my son. He is there on the ground. He would be the person to take the first blunt hit from Russia if it was a movement across the border. So he knows firsthand. He was actually told, I'm not going to tell you who told him, but he was told point blank that they were a speed bump and they would be destroyed in seconds by the Russians' divisions across the border compared to only a battalion where he was. Not even a fair fight. My son would perish quickly, but that would probably give the United States an excuse because, hey, Americans were killed. So my son is back. I'll see him in a few days, and I will get more in-depth information. But while he was over there, he also met Vice President Joe Biden. He was hand-picked to meet him. He got the Vice President coin, so that's sort of cool. He was also hand-picked to meet, I don't know which general. I got another coin from that, so I'm very proud of him. I'm very, very concerned what's going on. The Cold War is not dead. It's actually heated up to a point where the average American has no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Kerry has said he was going to not talk to Russia anymore because of the problems in Syria. It's just getting worse and worse. Be prepared for this. Be prepared for nuclear war. I need to talk more about that because my two biggest threats that I feel are coming, first would be nuclear war with Russia, maybe just an EMP, maybe some strategic targets in the United States, maybe not a full-scale nuclear war, but when you open that bottle, anything can happen. And then definitely an economic collapse. Just some information that came out today by numerous sources. The Russian Emergency Ministry is conducting a massive nuclear war drill. I think it involves over 200,000 first responders, be it military, be it medical, be it rescue. And this is going to go between October 4th and 7th. They are claiming that the participation is going to be 40 million people participating in this drill. Now, coming from Russia, do I believe the 40 million? I don't know. I know it's a huge exercise involving over 50,000 pieces of equipment. Russia, doing this exercise, is preparing for a nuclear conflict with the United States. Hands down, there's no questions. My first-hand knowledge behind the scenes, what I have gathered from people, I won't tell you the sources. We are preparing for nuclear war. I think we would absorb a first strike without a shadow of a doubt with our president in there, and I think he would roll over quickly. So you need to be prepared. One topic that is very hard to understand is nuclear weapons, nuclear war. People take the attitude, oh, you can't survive, I don't want to survive. It's very survivable. Is it going to be the worst thing that happens to the world? Yes, definitely, hands down. So, the guys over at Conflicted Card Games, I have supported them since day one. Before their first pack of cards came out, I think they're on their 7th pack. They have actually come out with a pack of cards. Actually two. They've come out with the financial collapse cards. I'm not going to talk about that one, but an excellent set. What I'm going to talk about is the nuclear fallout deck. I'm going to read you a few cards. Most people, because I've done it, have no idea how to answer these cards. Now there's some scenarios on here. The only thing I don't like about it, it's small print just because some of them have a lot of writing on them. When you get old, you need reading glasses. So let me read you a few quickly, and if you don't understand these questions, you need to get a pack. Your best thing if you have a group of people is deal these out to people and say, hey, 2 weeks from now you need to give answers to the group and let's study this together. Or if you got one person that has the time, give them the cards, let them research them, then ask people, see what they score. People are not going to score good on this subject at all. Utter failure. And this is an important topic. All right, Really quick, some of the questions. What are the 3 features of a nuclear explosion you must shelter against? How far is the nearest nuclear power plant to where you live? How long would you need to survive in your shelter before it is safe to leave? How would you determine if it was safe to leave? Is radiation sickness contagious? Can one person pass it to another? Can special drugs prevent large doses of radiation from causing damage to the cell of the body? Why or not? These questions go on and on and on. If you can't answer these questions, you will not survive. You will not be able to help your family. If you are a father, if you're a husband, if you're a mother, you need to be able to know these answers for your survival and the people underneath you, your children, people that are looking up to you. This is the nuclear fallout deck. They also had the financial collapse. It just came out. I'm going to give a link. The guys over at Conflicted are very supportive of my channel, hands down. And I have very much supported their endeavor. These cards, any of the 7 sets, are key to figuring out things. The earlier ones are more key to figuring out people in your group, what they believe. Vital to know what people think about charity, about giving things to people, about stealing to keep the group alive. And those questions need to be asked right now. You need to know people, because you might have 2 people with 2 different opinions. Now is the time to get together and form an SOP. So you get people at your gate. This guy wants to give them water. This guy wants to give them nothing. This guy might say, let's give them some food and water. So now is the time to sit down together and say, what is our standard operating procedure? Someone comes to the gate. What do we do? That way you will look unified, because if people are outside the gate seeing you arguing back and forth, some wanting to give other things, some say get out of here, not good for your strength that you're projecting to your community. So an SOP now needs to be determined. I guarantee you, if I got 100 of you YouTubers together and gave you these simple questions, the score would be utter failure. Utter failure. I'm going to give a link in the description for Southern Prepper 1 YouTubers only. You got to go through the link. If you haven't bought any of these, I think he's going to give 2 free packs away if you buy 5, so you can get the whole set. If you already have a few, don't worry about it. But the nuclear fallout deck is by far a deck that you need to know the answers to. You need to know them now, not when something happens and you're trying to figure things out, because when something happens, you need to have time to implement everything you need to do to save your family. And most important is help your community. If you know the answers to these simple questions, you will be a vital part of the recovery process. You will be able to save not just a few lives, your family lives. You can save your community lives. You can save neighbors' lives by simply telling them what to do. I think what I'm going to do is definitely in my group, my retreat group, and my community group, is start using these cards. And people better know the answers. And if you don't know the answers, you research them. You can research these things very easily and get the answers if you don't know them. But first, you got to know what questions to research. I'll leave the link in the bottom. Thanks for watching.